Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine.
Another day in paradise, huh?
Yeah.
The weather is awesome right now. It's like 18, 20 degrees.
Something like that.
We're just out taking some B-roll and then we're gonna go climbing again. Feeling pretty fresh after that rest day, actually.
Yeah.
Excited to climb again.
It's gonna be fun.
You excited?
I'm excited.
We're staring right into the sun, so
yeah.
can't really see the screen. I'm just hoping for the best. But yeah, let's go and let's go back to the apartment and get ready. Alright.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down.
Life of a vlogger.
Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing a blink. I could go for some Queen Bee too. Macy's going boom boom.
This is a Krister challenge. He told us the other day he would pay 100 euros to whoever took a swim in that pool. It does not look like a nice pool. So since you can't see much from this angle, I decided to do a voiceover. Shilam is 80 meters and I'm not even close to strong enough to send it right now, but I wanted to try it just to see how it would feel like. So the first part of Shilam is 80 plus, and on that 80 plus part, the crux is down on the third bolt, around where I am now. You get a knee bar rest. You grab two blobs, you go again to a pinch, move your feet out right and come into a blob, and you go again to a one-hand jug. So that is the crux, and as you can see, I don't wear a knee pad. I probably should. At least if I actually wanted to try to send the whole thing, I would need a knee pad because it saves you so much energy. Not even like just resting with the knee bar, but also doing moves from the knee bar. So you like put in a knee bar and you do the next couple of moves and you release the knee bar and so on. There's so many knee bars on this route. But the downside of wearing a knee pad is that it limits you a little bit when it comes to like flexibility. Your legs feel a little bit stiffer. And there's Louis falling on the 8B. There's a lot of resting on this route, and I have second thoughts about like vlogging routes. I think bouldering would be probably more interesting to vlog because you can actually see what's going on. Here it's like, I don't know, it's just a person moving up a wall and you can't really see what he's doing. I'm talking about myself, yes. So this is the second crux right here. You like switch tufas, so you go from one tufa to another. That's a pretty big span. You make a drop knee, cross over, and you have to release the drop knee, and you get a pretty big swing out. That's a lot about like core tension to be able to stop that swing and get your feet on right away, so you're not like hanging there for too long. And after that second crux, I'm talking about the second crux on the 8C plus part, not the whole thing. But after that, you immediately go into like a pretty pumpy section with a lot of tufas. And without wearing a knee pad, you have to kind of go a little bit faster through this part. You can't allow yourself to stop too much. And personally, I think that the second best thing to a knee pad is just skin. I prefer wearing shorts because that way the knee bar is directly on my skin and I feel like my skin is stickier than any fabric, but of course a little bit painful. And especially if you get stuck working the same route for a long time, you get the same cuts and your legs will not be looking that good after a while. So yeah, this is just like pure endurance climbing, and I'm climbing way too slow here. If I actually wanted to try the whole thing, I would have to speed up a lot. Otherwise, it would take me like 2 hours to climb this thing. I've already been on the wall for like 20 minutes now, probably. And from this angle, you can't really see how steep it is. You see that it's steep, but you can't really tell how steep it is. If you see it from a different angle, you'll see that it's almost completely overhanging. And this is a really good rest. There are a lot of different ways to rest in this position. Like it's either with your knee, or you can lean your whole body against that tufa. You can see I can release both hands, and also the knee bar leaning against my arm again. I've showed you that before. And that's a good thing, you know, if you can rest in a lot of different ways, because often with the knee bars, your legs get really tired and pumped. Almost completely recovered after that. So this section is a little bit weird. You can't really see where you place your feet because that tufa is sticking out. This part is a little bit confusing. I feel like I do it differently every time. There's so many different holds and tufas to grab. I think it's interesting that you can find new rests while actually going for it, that you hadn't already figured out, kind of freestyling. And here's another good rest. And this next part is not too easy. Big move up to a pinch, grabbing a small crimp, and going again into a better part of that tufa. And then out to side pull, cutting my feet, getting a really high right foot, coming in, and going out to a pretty big hold. And crossing into a jug. This is the anchor of the 80 plus chill out column, but I'd already done this before. So I tried to rest the best I could. And when I look at the footage now, I see that there's a better resting position out left. I'm gonna put an arrow so you can see. Right after the anchors, there's another pretty hard sequence. You go up left hand to a crimp, come in and match, and cross to a pinch. Whoopala. So yeah, did not get much higher than the 80 plus this time. Oh, so yeah. At least I did the first part, but I've done that already, so that was more just for training. Yeah, I feel not close to strong enough to do the whole thing right now, so I just need to climb a bunch and maybe I'll feel better. So that's my strategy. Yeah, and it takes me too long too. Like, probably took me 30 minutes to climb this now, and I'm not even halfway. So I need to speed up, climb faster, not rest as much as I do. Yeah, if I want to do the whole thing. You up for some climbing now, Olav?
Yeah, I can try a little bit.
So I thought maybe you could try some routes around the corner.
Yeah.
Should be a 6B plus there.
If we find it.
Maybe a top rope for you to try.
Yeah.
Olav is gonna try this 6B plus. Excited to see how he'll do. He's gonna try it on top rope. Eventually, I hope that he will do some lead, but to start with, I think top rope is just as good. And Erik is belaying him and giving him beta, so he's getting pro tips. What is going on? There are a lot of stones falling.
We're cleaning the roots.
Yeah, you should always just shout rock, Olav. If you can, if anything's falling, you should shout rock so that Erik has time to dodge it. We don't want to kill Erik.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Takes more to kill me.
Come here, Olav. Come on.
Du måste stå lite högre så. Det är där en bit i skallen. Icke där är någon annan.
Now this is the crux. You have to do a pretty big move. Get your foot up and also be a little bit careful because you have the ledge underneath you, so if you fall, you're gonna be pretty close to that. Olav, come on. Yes. A little bit further, there's a good hold. Come on. Up to the left with your left hand. A little bit further, come on. Yes, yeah, there. Nice. Kom igen, Olav. Kom igen. Come on, fight. That was good. Really going for it.
Yeah.
Come on, Olav. Yeah, you're looking really good, Olav. Come on. Looking strong. Yeah, come on. Get your feet up. Yes. What do you think of Olav's climbing, Erik?
I thought it was really inspiring seeing Olav finding his own way up the roots.
I think that's the best way. Like, if you tell someone how to climb, they don't really learn how to like try to find their own way.
No, right.
And I was just looking into the camera to make sure that it was stable, so I didn't really see much. But I feel like Erik is an expert, so he can he can give some good advice.
Yeah, I actually didn't need to give much advice.
Yeah.
Well, how did it feel?
Felt really nice before that last move I had to do, but didn't feel heavy or anything. Just I couldn't find the right holds.
But is this something you want to try again, Olav?
I might try that one to the left.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have as much. What is it called?
Overhang?
Overhang?
Yeah.
Or it's more overhang?
Less. I don't know. Maybe the one on the pillar looks a bit flabbier.
Yeah.
But we tried that one, and it's slab in the beginning, and then it gets really hard at the end.
Right.
I think it's like 7B-ish. So this is probably the best project for Olav.
What would you say is appropriate grade for like someone just starting out.
I think it really depends on the physical like abilities
Right.
from when you start.
But 7B is in general
Too
like
hard.
High level.
Yeah, that's something you have to. I think most climbers have to climb at least a year and be pretty dedicated to climb 7B.
And also like there's many climbers who climb their whole lives without climbing
for sure.
7B. So
Someone commented that you shouldn't get too hung up in the grades too, and I think that's important. If you focus too much on the grades and not focusing on having fun, I think it'll just be stressful and the whole process won't be as pleasant as it should be.
and then sometimes it's like since everyone's different, like sometimes the route with a harder grade can fit you better.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that's
maybe
true.
You will find it easier than some.
Yeah. All right. Let's pack up and get out of here.
Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't liked the video, like the video. This was... it's been a long day now, so we're gonna end this vlog. Thank you for watching. Remember to like. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. And yeah, see you later.